This diagnosis came about after Joe Biden had reported increased urinary symptoms, which led to doctors to investigate. They found a small prostate nodule last week, which required further assessment, and today it's been confirmed that the former president has an aggressive form of prostate cancer, which has spread to the bones, which very often makes it much more difficult and complicated to treat. Now, a spokesperson from his personal office has said that the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options with his physicians. The 46th president had kept a relatively low profile since he left the Oval Office, but over the last fortnight or so, he'd been making some public appearances. He'd been on the BBC and NBC criticising the current administration, but also defending his own legacy. And that's because there's been renewed media speculation domestically here regarding his mental acuity whilst he was president. There have been some recent media reports, and there's an upcoming book that's been jointly written by a senior CNN journalist and Axios journalist, where they say they've spoken with Democratic insiders questioning the former president's mental fitness in the latter term of his time in office. Now, President Biden has rejected that claim that there was ever a mental decline, but that pressure around his age and his mental ability led him to drop out of the presidential election, allowing Kamala Harris to take on Donald Trump, who ultimately won in November. So whilst there's been this renewed political pressure on Joe Biden, it's been revealed today that he has also been dealing with a physical battle as well. President Trump has been relentless since he returned to the Oval Office, attacking Joe Biden, often blaming or trying to link him to issues that the United States faces. But today he put out a rare non-political statement about his predecessor. It says, Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. Kamala Harris, his vice president, has also posted saying, Joe is a fighter, and I know he will face this challenge with the same strength, resilience, and optimism that have always defined his life and leadership. We are hopeful for a full and speedy recovery. The Biden family is no stranger to cancer diagnoses. Joe Biden lost his son, Beau, in 2015 to an aggressive form of brain cancer. And the former president has managed serious health scares in the past. He survived 2 brain aneurysms back in the 1980s. But this diagnosis comes only months after he finally said goodbye to the life of public service. He had been a senator for Delaware since the 1970s. He was the vice president for Barack Obama during both of his terms, and of course president himself. And now at 82, an elderly man being diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer, he and his family will weigh up his treatment options with his physicians.